charging away.
Let's do it.
So now they should be able to hear us and see us. So welcome to today's show. I'm very happy to have you guys here. How are you doing?
Wonderful. Thanks
Hello,
for having us on board.
Yeah, thanks for coming. With us today we have Matt and Rolf from Dr.Zammsy, which is this awesome art collection that has some kind of... I guess you should present it. What is Dr.Zammsy? Who should start?
I mean, Dr.Zammsy has been a character I've been developing for like 18 years, coming out of art school back in 2001, and it's more like 20 years. And it's just I've developed an entire world based around what this doctor does. And a lot of things kind of came on board, then went away with the idea in terms of projects, but it wasn't until Rolf came knocking on my door about NFTs and trading cards on the Wax blockchain that I decided to pitch him the idea. And he was so blown away by the idea of the story, the basic story concept and the characters and the world. So we just kind of hit the ground running and started developing this project that way. So that's where we are right now.
Nice. And in case someone hasn't seen it, what is the story about? How does it start? Like we see the art in your back, we see the magical land.
Yeah, the story is basically about a doctor that's kind of an outpatient practicing doctor that runs around the world treating giants, slug people, creatures, humans. He has a vast knowledge of their anatomies and their the kinds of diseases that they get. And so he's always traveling the lands, knocking on people's doors that need his help. But along the way, he discovers this virus, kind of this like plague that's infiltrating the plant life. And when he decides to take a sample of it, he takes it back to his laboratory at this crazy island hospital. It's kind of like Harry Potter's, Hogwarts, but for medicine. And he goes into his laboratory and he starts finding out that this thing is actually coming from another dimension, and that it's far worse than he could ever imagine. So that's what sets off the narrative, the plot, as you would say. And so, I mean, I don't want to give away too much because we want to like unfold the whole story over the many sets coming up. But that's basically the premise, is trying to find a cure to this crazy virus and the adventures that unfold because of it. And yeah, he goes through a lot of crazy stuff. We got a lot of stuff planned for that.
Yeah, and like I don't know where we should start to take it. Like I want to take it to the trailer, but I don't think should we watch the trailer directly just to make people happy?
Where should we start? Let's start with the trailer.
Yeah, it's a good start. I mean, it will explain a lot of what you said.
It's full HD, so it looks amazing even on my big screen TV. I'm really thankful for our video editor and animators, Rusty Drake and John Helms. We couldn't have done it without them. They're the animators and the video editors. They're just fantastic professionals. So I'll go ahead and share my screen here.
Before you actually launch it, I just want to say that this beginning of this video that you're going to see is basically the launch of the story itself, the main epic story. Imagine if you started watching a real movie, this would be the first major scene in that movie. So think of it that way.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up here. Okay, so I'm sharing. And Should be share sound. Okay, here it comes.
Fabricated Madness presents The Chronicles of Dr.Zammsy, Series 2. The sequence continues. The end and the beginning.
Food is on the table.
All right, I'll be there in a moment.
Papa, what's happening?
Catrice, get into the cellar, quickly! All new epic series and rewards. Solve the mystery and become a sequence master. Enter a world between worlds. A portal to a fantastical realm. Continue the journey. Where his past forms the nexus to the final struggle for reunification.
Come home.
All right,
Yeah. I mean,
cool.
like people need to watch that in their own time with good sound and like Zoom always makes it lag a little bit at times and that trailer is awesome. It deserves to be watched.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead, Rolf.
I was just gonna say, yeah, the sound. I mean, the quality on YouTube. It's on a 65-inch screen TV. It's crystal clear. So I just hats off to our video editing team and the animators. Just amazing. Because what Matt and I do is we talk about the story, and then Matt draws the concept art, the main sort of static paintings, beautiful paintings, and then we send it to the animators with notes, and that's where all the animation is made.
And generally, we'll try and figure this out before we do the actual card, so that I can layer the art in preparation for animation. But sometimes we come up with these crazy ideas that I didn't think of as I painted, so I have to cut stuff out, paint behind it. In the case of the actual video of the giant dying right near the farm there, all those images were just static. So Rusty and I went through every single frame, and he cut up all the different layers, and then I painted behind all the different layers so we could get a lot of good parallaxing and things like that. But in the future, if we continue our success, and we really want to turn these type of experiences into more of a 3D animated experience, like you would see in like an animated TV series, like Clone Wars or something like that. But this is just the beginning, and we're just experimenting with the 2D kind of 3D process, and it's just so much fun. It's a great ride.
So since you mentioned Clone Wars there, I'm just gonna grab this. So we have here on I guess everyone has seen this website before. Internet Movie Database, IMDb. I mean, I go on here every time I want to find out about a movie, and I'm sure I'm not alone on that. But we have like here we have Matt Gazer, which is you, and we can see that you mentioned like Clone Wars, and we can see that you worked on them. You can see that you have some visual development artists on a bunch of them, and concept art artists. So what kind of work do you actually do on these movies?
I do what's called concept art. So it's a visual art system of creating paintings and illustrations to help explain what a movie could look like, or a set or a narrative moment in a movie based on their script. And a lot of times I start on a project that doesn't even have a script. It's more like in the pitch phase, and they're looking for, distribution and things like that. So they'll hire me to do 10 paintings, kind of sprinkling throughout the whole movie. And other times it's in the middle of production. Like I just last year finished DC Super Pets with Warner Brothers. It's a story about Batman and Superman's dogs, their pets, and how they save their butt and stuff. And they called me midstream on their production, and they had like a million smaller things they wanted me to design. I got to design Daily Planet for Metropolis and all kinds of full, sets like that. So yeah, that's, everything from vehicles to environments to characters to props, you name it. Color keys, like I was a production designer on a animated short recently, funded by the Charles Schulz Foundation that created Peanuts. And everyone knows Snoopy.
Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown. Yeah. And I did like 40 different color keys, like kind of figuring out the mood and the color and the lighting throughout the whole short. And that's going to be a beautiful piece. And then I also do stuff that's totally unrelated to concept art and movies. As you know, the Daydream Festival.
I was gonna say, like, music festivals. Like, I'm a big electronic music fan, and all of these, like the festivals, they have these amazing scenes and art on wherever they are. Like, everything is just mind blowing, and this is so 100% spot on. And like the Dr.Zammsy collection, this is the same thing for me.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate that. Yeah. It was like 6 years ago. I didn't even approach these guys. They found me on the internet. They found my website, and they were like, "Hey, we want you to design a poster for our festival." And so I designed this poster for them. Yeah, that was actually the very first poster I did for them, and they liked it so much. They actually that year they said, "Hey, would you be interested in designing our stage as well?" And so I designed the stage, and then they 3D modeled it in CAD and all that, and then they asked me to do all the textures for the stage. And so literally it was like a 3-step process of like taking on the entire look of the festival. And I just consecutively every year for the past 6 years have been designing their poster and their stage. It's a totally incredible experience, actually almost more rewarding than working on a movie, because you're impacting people in a real setting, in a real environment that's being constructed by the type of design work that I do. And like I said before this meeting, my wife and I were able to go out to Brussels 2 years back and actually experience it, and it blew my mind. I mean, like you, I'm a huge fan of EDM, electronic dance music, and to be sitting there watching, thousands of people rock out to a stage I worked on was just incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I like why I really like that we can discuss this is that this for me adds credibility to whatever you guys are doing. Like, this is not your first thing, and you are not like some collections just find an artist, pay them, and then that artist is somewhere in the background, and you're a main part of this, which I really like.
Yeah, I mean, I am the original creator, but this project is taking on a whole new ethos with Rolf and I, where we're co-creating this experience, and we're working on the story together. And Rolf has brought so many ideas and has cross-analyzed my decision-making to make it that much better than it would be if I was just doing it alone.
Teamwork.
Teamwork is amazing.
It's
amazing.
Incredible. I get goosebumps when I get to collaborate with people, especially Rolf and Rusty, and John Helms, Michael Rusty Drake and John Helms. They're all close friends of mine that I've had for many years. They're extremely talented. I mean, Rusty and I go back early days of the Aragon game, or the Lord of the Rings video game for PlayStation 2 back in 2003. We had 2 desks next to each other, and then obviously we broke off, did our own thing, and then now I get to bring them back, and we're collaborating on this project. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So now we have talked a lot about Matt. So Rolf, hello.
Hi. Aloha. I'm
and
coming to you live from the Pacific Ocean, Hawaii.
Yeah, we have 12-hour time difference, which is kind of crazy.
Opposite side of the
So
earth.
you go by a name of Wax Wars in Telegram and in communities. So
Yes,
I my guess is that you are the one that pulled Matt into the Wax community, as he mentioned before.
true.
So how has this story
This
been going for you?
wow,
Was it easy to
this has
convince
been,
him?
I'll tell you, 20 every year with crypto, it just keeps getting better. And I feel really fortunate that Matt and I are collaborating on this project because, we're the same age and we kind of grew up at the same time with comic books, going to the comic book store, movies, Star Wars. And I just can't believe I get to work with these guys. Matt and John Helms were actually, well, Matt worked for Lucasfilm and did the Clone Wars TV series. And then John Helms, he worked for Industrial Light and Magic, and he supervised like Yoda in Revenge of the Sith, lightsaber battles and all the lava when Obi-Wan and Anakin are fighting. Like he supervised all the animation of those lava scenes on Mustafar, right? So for me, everything went back to I just got really lucky, but I feel like you make your own luck. But I knew Malcolm Cassell, and he kind of just told me, hey, this was in early 2018, said, hey man, you should really get into this crypto thing. And so I kind of just, took the red pill and went into the matrix, or got out of the matrix and into the crypto world. And then probably a year or more ago, I was like, Matt, there's this NFT thing. I think you should get into it. Because I knew Matt was an artist. And then Matt was like, what the heck is this? What's NFTs? And so then a year went by, and this was in the fall last year. I got back with Matt and said, Matt, we really got to get into the NFT thing. Okay. Your art is ridiculous. And I think this is the place to be. And so it was at the start of January. I'd already started collecting Bitcoin Origins, Monsters of Rap, and Hodl God is my other favorite one. And Matt and I just started meeting once a week. And originally I was just going to try to sell some of his previous work that he'd already done. And then it turned into, we just started building this world of Dr.Zammsy together. And it's amazing. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's I have a friend which is a 3D artist, he's highly talented, and I've been trying to get him into creating his own NFTs for the last, I don't know, probably since I joined Wax, so 2 years. I wanted him to create skins first, and then I was like, he has to create his own collection, and he's onto it, but he's not convinced. He's not throwing himself into it. So when you got approached, Matt, was that something that you just felt like, yeah, let's do it, or give it a shot?
At the time I was still doing freelance work, and so I was kind of juggling both, and it was a really slow process at first. We were only meeting on Skype once a week, and just kind of slowly working on stuff. I was developing that first portrait of Dr.Zammsy at the time, and then as we got really close to launch, for the last month, I pretty much had to kind of put my freelance aside just to get it done. And it was kind of a leap of faith that we didn't know if we were going to sell. We had this motto, we just want to make $1, and that would be a success for us. And it exceeded exponentially our
you got more than $1, that's for sure.
Yeah. We sold out of our packs, in the first hour. And so it just changed my mindset.
The big one as well. You had what you did for the first collection is okay, we're gonna try this, we're gonna make something crazy. And I know some people didn't like it. I know other people thought it was a fun and good idea. So what did you do?
We it ended up being, I think, just a good marketing thing to draw people to it. But my thought was always to make so we made 1 or 2 packs that you didn't have to go searching for all the cards. So we had something like 4,000 packs. So it's a very small number of the packs was this one expensive pack that had all of the cards. And we just kind of made up a big number. And we've been using the Fibonacci sequence for a lot of the numbers for our puzzle games. So The cure pack had 143 cards, and it had all of the in the Fibonacci sequence of the cards from the first one. But so that one did not sell. So all of our regular packs sold very well, but the really expensive one, we're gonna hold on to that one and do an auction down the road when the marketing and everything and expands a little more. But I think that will end up being the most valuable item in the entire Dr.Zammsy universe.
Nice. And okay, so tell me a little bit more, because you quickly mentioned it. So what are you doing with Fibonacci numbers, and what is like a sequence masters? What is happening here?
It's really cool. So basically, in the world of Dr.Zammsy, there are these the time is not like our time. They live in a world, and there's different worlds that are connected through portal gates. And if you're on one plane, when you come into another plane, there's a sequence you have to follow. And so the Sequence Masters is kind of a little club we created where we have puzzles. And so a lot of our stuff is modeled after Bitcoin Origins, and the Blue Wizard had done something similar, where you have a password page, and we give some clues. And if you look at all the cards, you have all the information you need to solve these passwords. So yes, you're showing that right now, the sequence 3. So sequence 3 is the clue. And then if you look at all the cards and talk to your friends in the chat, because some people have figured out certain things, then you put in the right password, you get to the page that tells you the instructions to get a reward. And so if you go to our main page there, the main page, Dr.Zammsy, and scroll up, you can see this animation here of the blue Waxandrium crystal. That was a 1-of-1 reward that our good buddy Flip figured it out and got that one. But then the next 10 people, we had a static image reward that was sort of a consolation prize. But so the crown jewels were the first person to figure out the puzzle. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, we have a leaderboard where we put the people who solved the puzzle are listed on the leaderboard there. And they have a crystal by their name for each puzzle that they solved, because we had 3 different puzzles. And with this new second series, we're going to have a whole new set of puzzles that I'm sure the fans are going to be stoked, because everyone had a lot of fun doing that the first round. And
so if I wanted to go in here, so sequence 3, let's I have no idea what I'm gonna do. So I have to figure out what sequence 3 is, and I have to look at the different NFTs and see if there is some kind of clues or something I can find that could help me to figure this out.
Sure. I mean, these puzzles are already solved, so I mean, we could probably just go through. I could have you just go through the put in the answers, I guess, for this one, because it's already been solved.
You should write it to me, and I can do it without people seeing, and it can still be a secret. I don't know if it should be.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat for you, and then. But I mean, the rewards have already been given out for those. So, but sure, I'll put it in the chat for you, and we can try it here in a minute.
That's good. That's good.
It's good times.
Yeah, so our relationship is really interesting. So like, I'm more the world builder guy, focusing on the world, the story, and the characters. And Rolf is too. But I mean, he's the card master. He's the guy that is creating the structure for all the card assets and the puzzles and everything like that. So yeah, we're a good team. It's working out.
Yeah, like you have to create some kind of activity for the community, something to have fun with. And I am also a fan of puzzle. I am really bad at solving them, but I really enjoy it. Like I really like that kind of thing. Like sit down and try to figure it out. And yeah, I did that for I have done it for a few puzzles on Wax, and I really enjoy doing that process. Like when you actually find something, it's a game, so it's fun.
Yeah. And actually, the game component to our project, is going to evolve. We have lots of ideas, and we're discussing with other platforms on how to evolve the cards into a more interactive experience. Nothing concrete just yet, but it's getting there. It's not like we're starting from scratch right now. We're actually in talks with certain developers on that. And ultimately, I think our goal is to create a game of our own that is part of the Dr.Zammsy experience, which is just a standalone game based on our world, on our cards. That's interactive. I think Rolf could probably explain that better.
I mean, I'm very thankful for all the people in the Wax community. Everyone's so supportive. And so, I mean, I started off as a collector, and I just really enjoy the, Blockchain Heroes, Hodl God, Monsters of Rap, and Bitcoin Origins, and a few others I've just really, really love. And the founders of those projects have been very supportive and allowed us to, post in their chats. And, I've asked them questions. They've asked me questions about how did you do this? How did you do that? And it's really helpful to have collaborators, and it could be totally different where you're like, no, I'm not going to help you. But it's the opposite. It's everyone's trying to grow the Wax space and grow value and bring more people into the Wax space. It's amazing.
Yeah, I just tried to enter the numbers and it didn't work for me. I might be doing something
okay,
wrong.
so you got to put. I'll tell you the order to put it in.
Yes.
So on the very first one, sequence 3, you got to put the number that starts with 3 in first, and then it's going to say sequence 2.
No. Oh, yeah, I see.
Then it's going to say sequence 2. Then you put the 1-9 number in, and then it'll say sequence 1. Then put the 1-2 number in.
I see, and now it looks like this. Now it's fancy.
So then this is the. Oh, okay. So we just made a new website, so they didn't update that. Normally there would be an image here of the orange crystal, but then there's also a binary code thing here that you would have to copy and paste this binary code to get the final answer.
Nick is in chat. I will assume he's reading this, and he can read it as I'm scrolling at this tempo, and he now has to.
Nice.
Print screen. Yeah.
And of course, I modeled this off of the Bitcoin Origins, and the Blue Wizard had some fun puzzles that we did too. So it really helps to have mentors and people who have done something before you, and then it's kind of the Bruce Lee method. He says, read a book and then throw it away. Kind of like you read the book and you learn from others, but then you make it your own. You take what you've learned and then make it better or different.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I don't know if I should tell them what the answer was, but I had to Google this change. I guess
So it's fun to just give minimal clues and then make people use their brain. And I swear, like, everyone's in their zombie, monotonous day. And I swear, when I found, it's really Bitcoin Origins. I found Bitcoin Origins in, I want to say November, December, when it first came out. And just getting in there and doing the puzzles with Bitcoin Origins, it kind of just turns your brain. Like, people forget your brain is a muscle. And if you're not working it, you kind of just get into this zombie mode. And doing those puzzles just kind of woke me up and got me excited about life again. I mean, I thank you, Bitcoin Origins, because you wouldn't have Dr.Zammsy without Bitcoin Origins. So it's kind of like, you do one good thing to people, it spawns other good things in the world as well.
Yeah. And that is something that I really like, that a lot of projects, I can see that we have the first big launch, that's Garbage Pail Kids on Wax. And then we have the next one coming. And all the launches after that has built on releases prior to them and added their own little touch or big touch. There might have been a new minting system, or there might have been a new way of opening packs, and then we came into pre-mint, and then now like, if you don't have pre-minted packs, you're doing it wrong apparently. But for the first 5 months, all sales on Wax was mint on demand. So you open a pack and then the NFTs were minted. And those that do it now, even though for me, I like both ways, but if you do it now, some people don't appreciate it, and I don't know.
We do a partial, so like the top 10 mints from each rarity can be found in our different boxes. So after the 10 mints, then it's first come, first serve. But we have the first 10 mints, for example, the first 10 common mints will be in our first box, the Dr.Zammsy box. And then the top 10 uncommon will be in the rare box. And then the top 10 rare will be in the ultimate animation box. So we just kind of put those top 10 mints in the different boxes, and everyone has a chance to get that top 10 mint.
That's awesome, because that's the one that everyone wants. So Matt, we now know that Rolf is opening packs and NFTs and everything. Have you been starting to buy any NFTs, or do you have an account with NFTs? Or
I do. I have my own account. Thanks to Rolf, he set me up with that. And yeah, I mean, I haven't had time to really collect as much as Rolf, because he was, before this project started, he was already collecting and involved in it. I was doing other stuff, right? So and then when we started the project, I've been so involved in making the material that I haven't really had the chance to just play around and collect. But I do want to collect more, and I want to get involved, because I not only is it fun, but it's also a good investment in a way, because as the value of cards in certain projects go up, you can do well with that and sell them and trade them or whatever. But look, this whole thing is just so exciting. It's new to the world. For the people that have been involved, in the Wax blockchain with NFT trading cards for the past 3 years, it's nothing new. But I think with NFTs selling for what, $96 million, it's captured the world, and we're in this new space that is constantly evolving, like you said, and has so much more room to grow. I mean, even Rolf and I have discussed the certain ways you can apply NFTs to the entertainment business. And I'll segue into this other thing too. Before this project started, I was trying to convert my freelance. So I'm in major contact with producers with major animation studios, and one of the ways you can approach that is just take that connection and get freelance work out of it. But I was trying to flip the head and send these guys pitch packages as well to their development directors. And these are the people that decide what is the next movie going to be for their studio. And recently, Rolf and I got a huge break, and we were able to pitch Dr.Zammsy as a potential movie franchise or animated series with a major animation studio that is very well known. I can't say their name, but just trust me, they're really big. And she was just blown away by our enthusiasm, by the story, by the world, by the characters. And they're seriously considering developing this into an animated series or a feature for streaming services. So
how long is a process for that? Like for me, I'm outside of that world. I have no clue if that is a 1 year or a 10-year project.
I'd say that's like a long
time. It'd be probably, I think if we started today, it would probably take about 2 years, I would say,
easily
get I would prefer to do like an 8-part streaming, like a season of 8 episodes, so that we can really tell a full story. Whereas I feel like the traditional movie of 2 hours is almost not enough time to really develop the characters and the story. But so it'd be nice to have a mini series.
And if it was an animated feature, it would take around 4 years to develop. I mean, it takes. I've been involved in those kinds of projects for many years, and I'll tell you, it takes a long time. If it's based on a sequel, it doesn't take as long, because you have a lot of the assets already, and you're just sort of rifting from one movie to the next, so you can kind of pull from one and the other. And you're looking at a dev cycle like maybe 2.5, 3 years. But if you're starting from scratch, like Lucia that just came out from Pixar, I mean, that thing was probably in development for like almost 5 years. So but a feature-based project is is such a limited amount of time on screen, 2 hours where you can tell a story. You have to wrap it up really fast. And the series concept of, episodic, like Game of Thrones or anything on Netflix, Prime, Amazon, all that. You can just really get into the character development and tell a much larger story. And I feel like our idea for Dr. Zammsy is truly an opportunity to do the same thing. A colleague of mine that owns an animation studio in the town that I live, he also too came from Star Wars, worked with our animator John Helms. He said there's more content every year that needs to be developed. That is the equivalent of the 1980s and the 1990s combined every single year. And that's an enormous amount of volume of entertainment that needs to be created. So
we're talking about every TV show and movie from the 80s and 90s. Put that all together. That's what they need every year now to just maintain the demand on all, like Netflix, Prime, Disney Plus. It's crazy the amount of content that's needed now compared to back in the day when it was a TV with 5 channels or whatever.
And the difference in the background for development is that a lot of people are coming to them with just script ideas or like, a paragraph with a couple images, and they're like, hey, I want to make a show out of this or a movie out of this. And this project has afforded us to create an enormous amount of material already that is pitchable, that is, multiple videos, promos, art with story in the back. I mean, people can just go on a website, read all the story stuff on the back of the cards, and just get a huge picture of what we're trying to create here, like on the fly, without even having to send them anything. So, it's just a great platform for pitching for entertainment projects.
Yeah, and let's say that this platform is not interested. Is that something you will continue to go for the next one and pitch again, or what's the long-term plan?
Our long-term plan is NFTs on Wax. I mean, we're exclusively on Wax, and we're launching our second series on Saturday, this Saturday, and we're going to be starting working on the third series right after that. So our main thing is going to be NFTs on Wax, and if this becomes something else, then so be it. But we're having so much fun doing this. I mean, we said if it totally failed, we're just having fun creating the world and sharing it with the fans. I mean, we're getting really good feedback from everybody about how they like the quality, and they've even given us suggestions that we've implemented too. So it's really cool to talk to the guys in the chat.
So really, you're planning to do the opposite of everyone else. They use NFTs for marketing. You use I'm gonna take one of the big studios. You use Netflix for marketing and use NFT as the main thing, and other guys do the other way around.
Pretty much. So if you look here, I just put a new image up here. Coming sooner and coming this year is our John Helms, who was the supervisor for Revenge of the Sith animation of Yoda and things. He just had this great idea when we first started. Let's make a documentary about this whole thing so we can promote Wax and promote whatever. So he's got this really high-end film equipment, sound equipment. He just, from the very beginning of our first series, made a whole documentary went to Matt's house, filmed him, he flew to Hawaii and filmed my side of it. And then I actually, after our first launch, I went to visit Matt. I hadn't seen Matt in actually over 10 years. And I went to California. And so John was at the airport, filmed me and Matt, giving a hug. And right here's the poster. Over here, here's the poster for the documentary. It's called Dr. Z NFT. And we're hoping it's going to be in film festivals and hopefully on a streaming service to sort of promote the whole Wax space. And
John has incredible contacts at Netflix, so he's going to try there first. So yeah, I mean, the end game would have for that is just to have the documentary on a streaming service that would be free advertisement for these NFTs. So hopefully,
and for Wax in general,
exactly.
That's
that's
amazing.
So I just want to let you guys know, like I said before, with collaboration, the owners of Monsters of Rap and Hodl God and Blockchain Heroes, they've all given us permission to sort of feature them as well in the documentary. So we're going to be showing some of the other Wax projects just to sort of our whole goal is to bring value to the Wax blockchain. That is the goal of everything.
That is, for me, that sounds amazing. Have you pitched this to the Wax team as well?
I would love some help, because I've tried to contact the Wax team, and I was good friends with Malcolm Cassell, and unfortunately he passed away.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to really get in direct contact with the Wax team per se. I mean,
let's make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've been in really good contact with all the project runners of the different, blockchain heroes and Bitcoin Origins, and also HODL God is my favorite. I mean, right away when I saw HODL God, I knew that was going to be one of the biggest projects on Wax, because the whole point of Wax, and when it was op skins before, was to own your own skins. I mean, it was almost the whole reason that Wax was created was because of Fortnite and PUBG. When you buy a skin, it's stuck in the game. It's like you buy it, but you don't own it. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. So, William Quigley and Malcolm, with OpSkins, had this basically this marketplace where you could buy your own skins and own them. And so the whole point of the Wax blockchain was to create this medium where people could own their own virtual items. And HODL God is, like, as far as I can tell, the first real 3D game where you own your own skins. And so as soon as I saw that launch, I was like, I gotta buy these ones, man. This is gonna be big, so and it's growing huge. I mean, you can playing HODL God right now is so cool. Like, it's full 3D, and the graphics, I just haven't seen graphics that good in any game. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's exciting for sure. And I will contact you. I will give you contact information to the Wax team that you can use, and I will poke them as well after. So that hopefully we can make something. I mean, I don't know if you are aware of this, but there is something called Wax Labs. Do you know what that is?
I've heard of that, and they give grants and stuff too, right, to help develop.
They have 166 million Wax in this fund right now. I don't think people understand how much. Like, even though we woke up today with a 30% decline in Wax price, yeah, this is still a chunk of money that they can distribute. Of course, they want this to last for a long time. They want to use this for a lot of things, but there is funds here that people can apply for, mainly for projects that benefit the community in some way and isn't a pure profit-driven project. That is mainly what's happening. And for me, creating a documentary about NFTs that you're working and trying to get onto big platforms probably should fit under that, since you already have the material or you're already doing things. So I would talk to them and also see if they could somehow use the labs, because perhaps they can fund you guys to do something extra fun that you wanted to do. And I don't know. So let's give you the contact information after.
I will say though that, our goals are so much larger than our team. We're basically 4 people. It's me, Rolf, John, and Rusty. And John and Rusty work part-time on this. Rolf and I are full-time. I pretty much just, I turned down Marvel Studios recently and Netflix on an animated feature just to finish set 2, and that was a really weird thing for me. I'll tell you, that was, you dream of these things to come on board over your desk, as an artist, but this is we're literally living the dream, and we're just excited about every little step that we take. But the end goal is to make things incredible for this platform and push the limits of what an NFT trading card can provide as an experience, and the more as a community we do that, the more we can capture the world and bring them to to that system. So
I mean, we can go into, and I don't know if we mentioned this at the beginning, but we did post it on there that we're going to be giving away some stuff. So we have the
I just dropped the form for that in the cool. chat, so people can just enter the form and give their Wax account, and then you can continue.
So in addition to Atomic Hub, Jonah and the Pink Network and Fabian, they're just amazing collaborators. this whole Nifty Blocks thing is just amazing too. I'm really thankful for the Nifty Blocks people, because we were able to do some really cool drops. And then we did our first blend, which basically what that is, and if you go to our website, you can click on the blend right now, it'll take you there. And so what happens is it's kind of a win-win for everybody. So I sort of chose some cards that had a high supply, the sort of common cards, and you put in some common cards from the first series, and then what you get is this rare card from the second series. It's a reward card. We have a reward card series, which are very limited and the most valuable thing in the Dr.Zammsy world. We have very rare cards in the whole series, but the reward cards are very rare. And so people are pretty stoked. And so what happens is it contracts the supply of the common cards. So those become more valuable for all the hodlers. And then you also get a new rare card. So I'm really thankful for Nifty Blocks creating that service. It's a free service. And you have to pay for the RAM, but it's relatively, it's very affordable to do this.
It is very affordable.
For now.
And then if I could share my screen again, I could show, we have some more blends coming this week.
Yeah.
And I can show just a teaser of what that will look like. Let me share the screen here. Okay, hold on a second here. Okay, I'm gonna share screen and share. So we got our friend here, Marcus Tagbaum, and he lives in this really
he has
cool.
4 legs.
He's got 4 legs. Wow, I thought this thing was gonna be.
This is just the back of the card. There's, I think there's what, 3 backs or 2 backs to this card?
Yes, this, wow, this worked before. Okay, there we go. So this is the house that he lives in. This is Tagbaum's house. And people might recall this image from one of our promos during the first series. And so one thing about Dr.Zammsy is nothing's just random. So we kind of put things out there that people say, how could this connect to the story? And so what we want to do is just develop a story that people love and follow and like to get into, like some of our favorite stories, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, and Star Wars, Indiana Jones, where you can really get into the story and find out more about it. So this is his house, and before I could just click through to I think it has something to do with
Being soon.
There we go. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I was at the end of it, so that's why it wasn't working. But so this blend is going to include a sketch card. So this is a what Matt would call a color key.
Yeah, color key.
A color key sketch of the Tagbaum's house, and then we have a whole story where it connects to Dr.Zammsy here. And our friend Marcus Tagbaum, he's an engineer that creates some of the gadgets and things that Dr.Zammsy uses in his world. And he's also one of his hobbies is brewing new flavors of Clever Brine and testing it out on the locals. And so here's one of the drinks down here.
It's basically
beer, basically. And then
you get really clever by drinking beer. I can agree.
Yeah, very clever,
especially in the world of Galligan. Yes.
So basically, when the next blend, you're going to get this card that has 4 plates on it. So it's not just going to be one card. It's kind of a mini story here with the character, his house, the story, and then you get the concept art. So it's kind of cool for the fans and to see how the process works with the sketch card, and then get this mini story on the side. And this is complete. I was just going to say, this is completely outside of series 2. This is like a whole separate thing that is for the fans.
Related to blending, right? What kind of separates us from some other projects is that we really take a lot of time developing the backs of the cards. It's not just about beautiful art as a front of a card. I mean, we spent enormous amounts of time creating different variants to the backs in terms of story. Some have stats that tell you kind of like, Magic the Gathering does, like in a real trading card. You get stats on the character, what are their skills, what are their specialties. I mean, we talk about all that stuff relating to this new set, as well as set one. So yeah, we're just trying to create a huge experience that's entertaining visually and narratively.
Nice. I like it. You know what I'm gonna do now? What is this? I have one, like here, right now. This is not something you gave me today. This is one that I bought from the last sale. So this is all good.
Oh,
this
nice.
is all good. So this is the series 1 pack opening, so we can see what happens. And now I just have to approve the sign. Yeah.
Enter a world between worlds, a portal to a fantastical realm.
So the sound went to everyone else except you two, by the way.
Oh, okay, good. I was just gonna say.
So here, and I got a comment, so I want a refund for this. So yeah, this is awesome. This is a normal snail, or no, yeah, a snail.
Morse Minor actually is a major character in the story. He's like Dr. Zammsy's sidekick, and in series 3, we're going to explain how they first meet. But yeah, he just tags along, kind of like an R2D2 character to Luke Skywalker kind of thing. So he's always kind of in the wings, kind of just, he's even in this painting right here. He's like right there. Oh, you can't see him. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, he's so small compared to everyone else.
He's really small. If he was holding your hand, he'd be like 5 inches tall or something like that. And actually that comes in handy in the story, because he gets him out of trouble because he's so small. But,
and also in all good like Disney movies and everything, there's always a small sidekick that is like make everyone fall in love with that character in different ways.
Exactly. Kind of a comic relief sort of thing. But Dr. Zammsy is a cross blend of so many influences over the years. I mean, Indiana Jones, things like that. Star Wars. It's Harry Potter. It's basically if you take Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Indiana Jones, and you were just turning it into a whole new franchise. That's kind of what we're trying to accomplish here. And with set 2, I always had this idea of the backstory to Dr. Zammsy. So we created a vintage series. We're releasing 2 to 3 cards per set now that are going to be about his past as a combat medic in this war called the Portal Wars. And that was sort of based on my grandfather, because he was a combat medic in World War II. And before he died, he told me many stories about what that kind of experience was like. It was crazy. And so I'm kind of taking off of that and turning it into Dr. Zammsy's experience. So over time, not only going to learn about the tools and the guns and the tanks and the experiences that they had on the battlefield, you get to learn, what it was truly like to kind of in the real world in a way, because we're going to sort of riff off my grandfather's stories and turn them into a fantasy narrative. So we're going to have 2 parallel stories going every time we do a set. It's going to be, the main Dr. Zammsy epic narrative, and then this whole other story that's going to be about his past.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There is like if people want to take part of this, is the best way to go and look at all the NFTs on the backs of them, or should they go to your website? Is there some kind of I don't know wiki of it, or how does it work?
Yes. So if you go to our website, we have on the tabs up above, if you hit on set 1, and there'll be one for set 2, you click there, you can see all the cards, the fronts and the backs, and you can read the story. So if you click on any of these, like if you click on that pink one right there, click on that, it's going to pull up the cards. It takes a minute for it to load, but
it's angry at me from Sweden.
Yeah.
It should be there.
it's loading. So
yeah,
basically it'll have the front image, and right next to it the back image with we kind of wrote long stories about stuff, because I don't know, people get into the story and kind of imagine in their head what's going on in the world. So
Yeah.
We put a lot of
that's
time
good.
into the backs of the cards, which, you know, some projects just have the front and kind of not so much on the back. And so,
And if they have a back, it's the same back for most of them.
Every
Yeah.
single back for all our cards is completely different. I think for the most part.
and we have a couple
times,
cards that don't have a back, but pretty much 99% of them have a back, and it's unique to that
Yeah.
card in some way. And Morris Minor, though, we were talking about him earlier, he doesn't have like his own sort of featured card this time, but you'll see him pop up on the backs of cards and in some of the fronts of cards. He's kind of this, what you're talking about before, he's a little bit of an R2D2 or a little bit of a sidekick who it's kind of like R2D2 at the end of Empire Strikes Back. You know, it's sort of like he does something that might seem like it's gonna screw everything up, but it fixes everything. You know, he's kind of one of those characters that the unexpected guy who fixes stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, when we were pitching the idea to this animation studio, as I was talking before, you know, we got a meeting. It was we had a week to figure stuff out, and we wrote out like the entire story. We already had an idea, but in full details of treatment. It was a 2-page treatment that's like really well thought out, and that's what grabbed them in the first place, is by reading that and obviously seeing the art. But it also kind of laid the groundwork for the NFTs for this project on how we want to progress and explore the narrative every set and how it's going to, you know, constantly evolve. And you know, you may look at this new set and go, where's Dr. Zammsy? There's not much Dr. Zammsy going on here. It's more about this giant dying. Well, the giant itself dying in that farm, you know, essentially begins the plot. Why did the giant die? You know, these guys live for 2,000 years, and even when they do die, they go ritually to the coast and bury themselves in the sea so their rotting flesh doesn't like destroy the landscape. So it's like almost impossible, never seen before, that an Orgaton giant would actually die, especially in a living area where there's like farms and stuff. So it just rings these you know, alarm bells throughout the kingdom of Galagan, and truly sets Dr. Zammsy on his adventure. So that's why I wanted to share it that way.
Yeah, that's there is so much to get into. I think you really need to create a animated show on this, like an 8 episodes on Netflix or something.
I know.
And so,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yes. Telling the full story is gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be really fun, and you know, just to go back to, you know, adding value to Wax, and then we want to add value to Dr. Zammsy too. So that's part of the blends, and this series, the second series, is going to be much more limited than the first series. So it's the supply will be much smaller. And
let's go into those details. So what's the supply?
So on the first one, I mean, it was our first time doing it, and we just didn't even know what to expect. I sort of modeled it off what Bitcoin Origins did and what others had done, and sort of looked at what they were releasing, because we wanted to be on more of the rare side than some of the larger projects that are just in bulk. So just getting feedback from the fans and everything. Our base pack. So just to give you a sense, like on the first series, our base pack had something like 4,000 packs. So our base pack on this new series is only going to be 1,500 packs. So it's a much smaller number of packs for the base. And then with these blends that we're going to be creating value with these really cool extra cards, that's going to burn a ton of the series 1 cards. So if there was an oversupply of series 1, when people and we're also going to use the promo cards. So there's a few thousand promo cards that we gave out for free. Those are going to be part of the blending as well. So all of the Dr. Zammsy NFTs will start to gain more value as the supply goes down, and we get get going with this plan here to basically constrict the supply and reward the hodlers, the people who have been saving their Dr. Zammsys.
So these, we have 5 different packs, right?
Yes, there's going to be 5. Last time there were 6, but the cure box is a one-of-a-kind thing, one-time deal. So that this time we're doing 5 packs. We got the base pack is the Dr.Zammsy pack.
So what do we find
And
inside that?
So what's going to be inside there, and also we doubled the number. So you're going to be guaranteed 2 cards. So like Bitcoin Origins, it's 1 card, and so our first series we had 1 card in our pack, but this time you're going to get 2 cards guaranteed. And then we have a whole new series called the Black Series, and that's the super rare card that's just in the base pack. So just in this Dr.Zammsy box, you'll find the Black Series, which is a black and white image of some of the characters. So you get to see it in, that contrast black and white, and then additional plates with backstory that are in color. So you're going to get more story. So each Black Series has 2 backs, whereas like a normal card will have a front and a back. The Black Series will have the front and the 2 backs as well. And that's only found in the Dr.Zammsy box. So you're going to guarantee
these are sold on Saturday. So what's the price for the small one, the base one?
So the base one is going to be $21, but you get 2 cards. So it's $21. So for example, Bitcoin Origins sold their base pack for $20, and you get 1 card. But our first packs were $13 for 1 card, and now you're getting 2 cards for 21. But we've lowered the prices for the higher packs, which give you guaranteed cards. So like Bitcoin Origins or Blockchain Heroes, they don't really do. Our series is a little different because we offer packs where there's guaranteed cards. And so on the next one up, the rare animation box, you can see there, that one is going to be the uncommon cards. So also in the base one is only going to have the common cards, and then the rare will have the uncommon cards, and a guaranteed rare card will be in there, or a chance for an epic card. So, but you're guaranteed one of the rare cards in the next box up, the rare animation box. And there's also a chance to get a signature card in there as well, where Matt signed it. And then the next one up from that is Ultimate Animation. And that one is even more cards are guaranteed. So you're guaranteed to get all of the common and uncommon cards. And so there's much less of these.
What's
cheaper
the supply
ones
of each pack? So the first one has 1,500, and then the second one.
The second one, there's only 600. So the second one, the third one is there's only 230 of them. That's the third one. The fourth one, there's only going to be 30 or so, about 30 of them.
And the virus box has.
The virus is only 8.
Oh.
So the virus box will have every card in there, every single card guaranteed. There's only 8 of them. And it's going to be around $1,500 for that one. But that's, if you had to get every card, you'd probably have to spend more money buying all the packs to just find all the cards, right? But for a few individuals, only 8, right? You'll be able to get every single card in the virus box, including, it's the only place where the virus card exists. So we have a special virus card that gives details of, you'll be able to see it, preview it on our website, but it's only found in the virus box. So the virus card, virus 2 card.
Yeah.
And for the most part, we brought the pricing way down since set 1 as well. In partially, well, I mean, you could probably explain better, Raul.
Well, one of the main reasons I brought the price down, and even I'm bringing it down more, is because Wax has crashed, right? Like the price of Wax has crashed, and it's going to come back. One day it's going to be $1 or $2.
Or 100.
So $100, yeah, right. So I lowered the price just because Wax is low, so then the fans don't have to use as much of their Wax to get the same thing from the first one, when Wax was the first series launched at the peak of Bitcoin, the peak of Wax in April. And so this time we just we're reducing the supply, you know, to add value to everyone's card that they get, and then reducing the price for the packs as well. So hopefully that helps with everyone.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and on your website you have all this information. If you click on the packs right now, the information is not loading for me.
Right. It's sorry. That will be there within the next about 2 days. Within the next 24 to 48 hours, we'll have all that information there. So we're just we wanted the site up with most of the information, and then we're just working with our web guys to get everything set up before Saturday,
Nice.
before Saturday's launch. So,
but guaranteed before launch, everything's going to be available for people to view and understand what's going on.
And where will people buy these? Is it on Atomic Hub drops?
Right. This is going to be on wax.atomichubs.io, and you'll see our banner. We'll have a banner at wax.atomichub.io where you click on that, and it'll take you straight to the sales page on Atomic Hub to purchase packs. Or if you go to our website, DrZammsy.com, you'll be able to, when the clock that's counting down, when that gets to 0, a buy button will appear, and you click on the buy button. That'll take you straight to the Atomic Hub site where you can purchase packs, and then there'll be like these big unboxing buttons where you can click on the button to go to the unboxing page.
Yeah. So what we are used to nowadays with the Atomic Hub sponsored, or the ones that they help with and set up pages for. So that's great.
And then on the secondary market too, on Atomic Hub has the secondary and NFT. I got a shout out. Sorry, I forgot to shout out to our other friends, Token Head and NFT Hive.
Yeah.
They've just been amazing. NFT Hive
Incredible.
is posting our banners, and they made us a honeycomb for the first series that's on there. And
Totally honored.
just
the banner is
really
already
stoked.
there.
And the Token Head guys too are just awesome. They set us all up, and it's really the best place to sort of sort all your cards on your phone is Token Head. You go there and you can add other accounts than your own. So if you want to see what people have or your friends, you can add them on, and you can see what they have and sort of compare what you've collected with them on the Token Head app.
Yeah, that's really fun, and I was gonna show it like that. No, I'm not gonna do that. People can download Token Head, and if you're a Wax fan and NFT fan, you already have the app, and if not, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, Token Head is like essential. That's essential. And NFT Hive too, just with all the tools for, you know, bulk staking and searching, and we have a full page on the NFT Hive where you can read about our project a little bit. Like each project has their own little page, and you can see what's on the Atomic Hub, or you can purchase them on NFT Hive as well. Just the Atomic assets are on there as well. Love those guys.
Anders, I wanted to flip it around to you and ask you a question, if that's all right.
Yep.
Where do you think the Wax blockchain is going to go, and where do you think it's headed in terms of the next year, 2 years, 5 years from now?
What do you mean by the Wax blockchain?
I mean, just in terms of like the whole platform and how it's going to evolve. Do you have some idea of where it's going, you know, beyond what we're seeing right now?
That is a hard question to say, because Wax is the blockchain foundation, which will be what it is right now. It is an easy to use platform that you can have accounts, which is very flexible. From a security perspective, it's one of the best setups ever, because you can actually change your keys. You can have account recovery and all that boring technical stuff. And from an NFTs place, I have no clue what's happening in a week or two when Binance NFT platform launches. What will happen then? And like, if we go 5 or 10 years ahead, my vision is that there will be a lot of different NFT platforms, and they will be successful. I don't think it will be one. I don't think it will be there will be a lot of different platforms for different purposes. Like Ultra is launching their game platform. It's not really the same thing, but it's a different thing where you can actually buy and sell games, kind of like Steam, which is also interesting. And I think there will be chains with marketplaces on them that have different kind of focuses. I think we will see more games. We'll see way more utility for all the NFTs. We have started to see that collections that do not have utility in some way for the NFTs, they sell and then they die. Not a lot of things happen. People collect them, they like them, but then their Telegram groups they go down in activity. They need something that give them dopamine, and utility can be in a lot of ways. Like you can have puzzles inside NFTs. You can have Our Planet, which kicks, like every project that get listed on Our Planet just goes crazy. And I think that Our Planet is just the first of those. We will see what the Void platform does, and we will see what happens with the games that is under development right now. But I really think that the NFT space has a bright future, and I think Wax for sure has a great place for that future.
I totally agree.
And speaking of go ahead. I was gonna say, speaking of Void, I mean, I'm a huge supporter of HoloGod and the Void ecosystem that's just getting started. And I can't promise anything, and it's just unknown at this time, but I can tell you that I'm in direct contact with the leadership of HoloGod. And I mean, we text back and forth, we share ideas and stuff. So we're hoping that we'll be part of that new Void universe that's coming in the, I don't know when it's going to happen. We don't know when it's going to happen. It's unknown, but it's coming in the future. So we'll.
You were talking to me last night over the phone. Is it okay if I tell him what you told me?
Well, I don't know what you're going to say, so maybe not. But
maybe not.
But I just don't want to get in trouble, because I did post something in our chat that sort of people were like, "Whoa, hold on a second here." But just want to say it's unknown when the Void stuff is going to happen, but I'm closely working with those guys. So our hope is that it will come to fruition, this year, hopefully this year at some point. So everyone will know about it when it happens. And I know a lot of people have questions, and one of the biggest questions in everyone's chat is, when are you going to be on Our Planet? When are you going to be on Our Planet? And I was trying to show Matt that there's only like 15 companies, because there's multiple projects from the same companies on Our Planet. Like, it's very few projects that are even, you go onto Atomic HUD Marketplace, there's like 100 projects, and there's only like a few on Our Planet. So, and I know even the HoloGod people were saying, oh my God, every minute they're asking, when will the collaborative NFTs be on Our Planet and stuff. And so just know everyone's working as hard as they can to bring value and utility to the NFTs, and we'll announce everything as soon as we know, what the plan, once we have the plan set.
That's awesome. We never talked about the middle box, the Max Gazer collection box.
Yes. Okay. So the Max Gazer collection box. That's a good question, and I will go ahead and just change my my virtual background here. I'm going to turn it back to there. You do get a little Matt Gazer inside there, because actually I lied about the virus box. So the virus box has every single Series 2 card except, this poster. This is the poster that you'll see when Dr. Z NFT, the documentary, comes out. So this is the actual poster. It's not the whole poster, because
Rolf's in there too. He's on my right.
Some say this is me over here, but I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. But this is definitely Matt in the middle with his pencil and his blue Waxandrium block crystal. And I mean, that's one thing we didn't really talk about yet, was the Waxandrium block crystals. So that was something that Matt and I...
We actually had a question about the crystals.
So the crystals are what power this world, kind of like, but different than Kyber crystals in Star Wars. But these crystals are sort of the power source in the world of Dr. Zammsy.
Well, for traveling through different portals, yeah.
Well, they have different things that they do. And we came up with the word Waxandrium, block crystal, Waxandrium, because we're on wax, and wax is what powers everything. And so even the Orgaton on the first card, he's got an ether ball, and it's powered by the Waxandrium block crystal. So, people may not know this, but Wax used to be an ERC20 token on Ethereum. And so when we first started with Wax, we all bought our Wax on Huobi and Bittrex as an Ethereum token. And so I sort of wanted to add wax to the lore of the story. So that's where the Waxandrium comes from. And we have several different flavors of the Waxandrium. So we have the orange crystal is more of a power source for the hospital. And the blue crystal is more of an ancient crystal that the orgotons have had for thousands of years. And that the children of the aged younglings, you'll find out more about them. They're kind of like the children of the forest, but the aged younglings, they're an ancient people that first discovered this Waxandrium block crystal and formulated it into the way the orgotons can use it. And then we have the pink Waxandrium, which Vizdidra uses to portal into her different places. So you can see at the end of her scepter is the pink Waxandrium crystal, and she can use that to open up a portal gate and go into one of the worlds that she's conquered, and then come back to her multi-dimensional castle, which is behind her there. So that's a little bit about the Waxandrium. But so back
I
to
love that there's so much story. Like if you just look at the NFTs, like, yeah, this is awesome art, and then you find out about the story, and you're like, okay, there's so much more to this than you can actually see at the surface.
And quality is our main thing. Like we just, I mean, seriously, CryptoPunks, seriously, it's like pixelated art. I mean, I hopefully I don't offend the CryptoPunks people, but our goal is just to bring the most beautiful paintings, art, and hopefully
there is like you can listen to classical music, you can listen to hard style, you can go and listen to 8-bit music. There are different kind of jams for people, and
I guess, yeah.
I do agree with you though. I'm not impressed with the art of CryptoPunks, and I don't understand that they try to make the same thing on Wax. And I think I get right today. I got 5 different tweets asking me what I think about that project and why I don't promote them or whatever. And for me, I'm not interested at all in what they are doing.
I mean, there was Atari, right? There was Atari. There was Pong. Pong was before Atari, then Nintendo. And no, I see, the history is fantastic, to see the history, but our goal is to inspire others. Like I was inspired by Bitcoin Origins, by Blockchain Heroes, by Hodl God, by Monsters of Rap. And I'm hoping that our project raises the bar so that other people raise their quality of art and move into movies and full animation. And that is that's the goal, is to spread this and just everybody bring Wax so that everyone thinks of Wax as like the place.
Make more toys.
Definitely. Yes. We're going to be making some collectible physical items, right? We're going to be making some t-shirts.
One thing that we were really inspired by that we are going to try and explore potentially for set 3 is HodlGod had this like 3D action figure NFT that was kind of moving back and forth. It was in a box. What's great is that our goal is to 3D model Dr.Zammsy in all his glory, all his assets, his tools and everything, along with his giant injector rifle thing that he uses to inject serum into creatures and people and stuff. Make that and put it into a box as well. But then the additional reason why we do that is then all of a sudden we have a 3-dimensional asset of Dr.Zammsy that we can put a spline into and animate in our future promo videos. So as things evolve, we can also then turn that into a real toy and sell it on our site and do limited runs of toys and stuff. So those are things that we're thinking of too.
Yeah, if people don't know exactly what we're talking about, if you go to HodlGod on the Atomic Marketplace, you can see their virtual toys they created, and the graphics are unbelievable. Like it looks like something you can pick up right now, but it's a virtual item, and it shows a toy in a box, and it's kind of moving, and it's unbelievable, the quality. So I talked to John Helms, our animator. Yeah, there we go. It's amazing, so cool. And I was right on there and bought them. I actually got a #1 mint. My first ever #1 mint on a drop. I got one of the because they whitelisted people who hold Void. So if you had 10 million void, then you got to be some of the first people. And I somehow, first time ever, I got the wrecked dragon egg, the red dragon, #1. And when I talked to John Helms, our animator, he looked at that as well, how that 3D animation is. And he said that, yeah, we can do the same thing with Dr.Zammsy. And once you build that 3D rig, that 3D image of Dr.Zammsy, it's done. You don't have to do it again. You can put that in a video game. You can put that, you can model the toy after it. It's already made, and you can pose it in different positions with different tools, and it's already made. So that's,
it could turn into a cutscene, you know. And then I want to do another one where it's him on his carriage. And so we take that asset and then build a new asset of the carriage with the creatures pulling the carriage and everything with all his medical supplies on it, and make a similar thing for that. And again, then we could use those two assets for a future movie short down the road as well. So as we start building more NFTs like that, we're also creating more assets for animation down the road. So it's kind of like a two-part.
Yeah, it's a smart investment to take that extra time. How long does it take for you to create the art for these NFTs?
Oh, great question. I mean, like the one in my background here, that took about, it took a full day to day and a half to do just the drawing, the layout of all the characters and everything.
just the black and white pencil drawing.
Just the drawing. And then probably 5 days, four days to paint it.
Just to give people like, if you put that into perspective, we are already past 40 hours.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work. And it's
how much, Mac?
how
long did it take you from start to finish?
I'd say, gosh, yeah, something around 50 hours of work for that one painting right here.
And that is something that people really need to understand. Like, okay, if we take CryptoPunks and then we take what you have done and we take how much hours it took to make that art, it's obvious.
Wait. It's even more. It's even more because I had to write the back story. So that's like another couple hours right there, just writing the story and figuring out. And then we did multiple versions of the backs and put numbers where each of the characters are and explain who's each character's role in the scene and all that stuff. So yeah, you're looking at like almost close to 60 hours just for that one NFT card.
Plus the animator spent at least 8 hours on it as well.
So now we're at,
once Matt finished the 50 hours of this painting, we sent it to John Helms, our animator, and he only charges us for 8 hours, but I bet he spends more time
he's
animating all the characters.
Yeah. And we compensate him.
So this thing behind Matt that he spent 50 hours on, we're gonna have a version where all these characters come to life. So that's gonna be a rare card for everybody to enjoy.
Blood's gonna be splurting out.
Man, I really like this. This is awesome.
I mean, this scene actually right here is
awesome.
something that's been in my head for a long time, but you know, I'm so busy with my freelance. I just don't have time to invest in my own work as much as I want to. So now it's like, it's crazy. I don't do freelance much anymore. I could ramp that back up if this set 2 just completely tanks and this whole thing just falls apart. I would just go right back to freelance. But the more people invest in our project, the more we can continue to supply cool stuff and keep the train running. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. And really our plan is to to have a 3D sort of environment that people can explore. We had one actually major piece that wasn't finished in time, the Halo Bridge Hospital. It's this massive picture of the hospital where Dr.Zammsy, we just didn't have time to finish that for this series.
Well, we're going to use that as a reward for the puzzles, correct?
Yeah, that's going to be, we're going to be using that for rewards and possibly blends. But what I was getting at is, once we 3D model Dr.Zammsy like that HoloGod thing, we want to sort of let people explore the Halo Bridge Hospital in a 3D environment. Like you saw in the trailer, we do have like his laboratory is 3D modeled, but with Unreal Engine 5 coming out and for Unreal Engine 5 or whatever's, I guess, coming out soon, we want to make it just extremely high detailed graphics, similar to HoloGod when you play the game, where you can explore the world and solve puzzles.
We kind of have this idea that the game would be like Myst, the old game Myst, where you're just kind of walking around the hospital and you're discovering clues and meeting interesting doctors and characters and nurses and patients even. and like solve puzzles and have mini games. Like maybe you end up working on a surgery. So yeah, there's lots of possibilities with that. But yeah, that's my next painting. I'm going to take a small vacation here after set 2, but then when I get back, I'm going to finish that piece, and that will come out really soon.
Man, all of this is so exciting. I'm really happy that we can sit down and talk. Like, this is not something we can share in 10 minutes, and now people will understand that there is more to this this brand and this release than meets the first eye, and whatever happens here is just the beginning of something huge if you are able to continue to work on this. So this is awesome. But I think it's time to do a giveaway, right? So what are we giving out? What's happening? I will close the forum now. People have had many chances to enter now.
Right. So we're going to give away some packs from the first series, and then the grand prize is going to be the #1 of the blend. So the blend of our very first blend that we did, I was just testing it out. I minted the first one, testing it out, and then I actually did another test blend, which was not supposed to be known, but somebody found it. And so there's a couple other of these sort of rogue NFTs out there, which I said, don't burn it, keep it. You get a reward for being a detective. So I used kind of an image that had a flaw in it that we never used, that a template was made. I just used that to sort of test it out. But then this Visdidra #1 is, we made a few different versions of Visdidra, but this one is a one of a kind for the blend. Like this version will not be seen in the set 2. This is only for the blend, this particular animation. So and then we capped it at 50 cards to even be made, and about 30 or so, 35 have been made so far, and I probably will shut it down here just to keep it rare for all the people that were real excited about it. So yes, this card, the #1 of this card, is what is going to be given out. So, but let's start off with I'd like to give away, if you go back to the main website, I can show you what the first couple giveaways are going to be. If you scroll down, if you just scroll down on the packs, you can kind of go to the side, you can see the first series packs are there as well. So we can just go ahead and give away a rare animation box right there. It's the brown, the brown there. And so that was originally $89. And it's got a guaranteed animation card in there. So you'll be guaranteed to have an animation.
We're starting that, and that's a good price. That's a good price.
Yeah, so that particular box is going to be cheaper in the second series, but in the first series, that was a $89 box, but it guaranteed you to get and it's anyone who gets this today, if they open it, they're going to be guaranteed an animation card inside there.
Very nice. So let's pull a name, right?
Let's do it. Let's do it. This is the first one.
Let's see who gets the first good one.
Cool.
And here we have the first winner. I will post it to you
in the chat.
Yeah, as well.
Okay, cool. If you post it to me in the chat, I will send that over.
So that is the first one. So people can see it. We have the first winner right here. I do not know who this is actually, which is good.
Well, I'll just send it to them right now. Yeah, while we're on live on here.
Yeah, do it right away. Cool.
I'm gonna go to my
reward.
I love this account. I love you, babe. Is an account name.
I love you, babe.
I love you, babe.
Yep, it's 12 characters. It's an account name.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in right now.
We do have a few names I recognize here. I don't know if I should, like, this name is upside down. I know who this is. He's a big Ken Bosak fan as well. I love it. The name he's using for his account name.
Did you can I just confirm what the address was again? It was Q42PY.
.wham. Yes, you have it on Telegram in DM.
Oh, okay, got it. It's in Telegram.
I will send it on soon as well. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Just want to make sure I send it to the right one. Okay, awesome. Perfect. Okay, I'm sending it right now. And then we can just go ahead and give away. Let's give away another rare animation box.
Awesome.
We're giving away some stuff here today.
Yeah.
And I'm spinning in the middle there.
I mean, anybody who's been listening to us talk for an hour, you know,
Deserve
they've been
something,
waiting
right?
for this.
Exactly.
Yeah, they deserve something.
Ishbuk. Ishbuk. I love to try to pronounce these auto-generated names.
Nice.
Yeah. The
Congrats, Ishbuk.
Swedish version would be Ishbuk.
Ishbuk.
Ishbuk. Yeah, that's good.
How many giveaways are we doing today, Rolf?
Let's see what let's do a few here.
Okay.
We'll do a few. We'll see how much until, you know, Anders can say, okay, that's it. But we got a few we can give away.
We have 45 left. You will have
We don't have that
nothing
many.
left.
I wish we had that many.
You will scrap.
Actually, I gave away some rewards for people that tried out our first ever blend. I sent they had to follow some instructions, post their Visdidra in the chat, and give their address, and then I sent those people a reward if you followed those instructions.
You get a Lambo. You get a Lambo. Let's go.
Well, somebody was mentioning that and it was a really that was one of the fans' suggestions we want to do is to upgrade the NFT. So we have this Spritzer car that's one of the promo cards, and if you put that in, then it would become like a Lamborghini or something like that, like you were saying.
Nice.
In the world. The version of a Lamborghini in the world.
So we're sending out this rare box, which has 3 guaranteed base cards: Dr.Zammsy, Morris Minor, Giant, Orgaton. Orgaton. I wanted to say Ortagon. It's almost
Orgaton, yeah.
one common, one uncommon, and one animated. And in this one, it is an epic animation because that's the most rare one.
You're guaranteed a rare animation, but there's a chance to get epic.
Today everyone gets epic. It's the gods of random have spoken.
The gods of random. Hopefully they are smile on you today.
Yeah, hopefully
That's
gods
right.
of random are on your side.
Okay, I just sent the first one, and then I got it set up here, so I'll send the second one right away.
Nice.
So what we could do next is actually we can move up the chain here, and
What?
I can give out an ultimate animation box.
What?
Whoa!
This is
That's
a big
even a surprise to me. Wow, maybe I should apply.
This is a bigger one. This is a
Sorry, I
bigger
have
one.
to remove all of these names and add my own.
Oh
only.
yes, of course, Anders.
Damn, I forgot to
Wow.
add my own name. Okay, let's shuffle for them. Shuffle.
This is for
shuffle
the
there.
ultimate.
That's
The ultimate
good.
box.
Wow.
Okay, ultimate box. We see Terry here. We see Nick is here. I see a lot of account names. I recognize.
Oh,
That's nice.
good.
Okay,
Nice.
should we go?
Go ahead. Let's winner chicken dinner. Let's see what happens.
Oh, this is a big one. And this is a hard name to pronounce. This is like I don't know how I should pronounce it. I don't know. It's very hard.
That's
So
hilarious.
okay, so check your wallets. I sent the first 2 were sent already. So check your
Søren
wallets. the
says he
winners.
got the first one. Very nice. Very
Okay,
nice.
awesome.
Wow,
So I'm gonna
congrats
send.
to nice work.
Yeah, this is all good. This is so
Okay.
this is so nice. I think that was a typo. It was not my account.
Nice.
Nice. So I'm feeling like we're having fun here. So why don't we do another ultimate animation box?
What?
Whoa, Rolf.
Yes.
We have 8 guaranteed cards here. That is
The giver, the man. Nice.
it's a good day for someone.
Hey man, if we
right.
can make a couple more super fans,
I know.
it's good times, man. We
I
have
know,
some good ones
someone,
right now.
I know someone wants this to be the winner that where we're starting.
Like it's already on me. Yeah.
Okay, should we go?
Yeah, why don't you go? I just sent out the first ultimate animation box is just sent out.
Nice.
So check your wallet.
D2 TR. That is R2D2's brother or something.
There you go.
D2 TR. R2D2.
Okay, we got a winner. Awesome. That's
Wow,
awesome. It's so easy
congrats.
too. You're putting in the chat, so I'll send that over. Maybe we should do one more. Why don't we do? Okay, we didn't do any of the base packs, so why don't we do one where you get five base packs?
Whoa.
Wow,
So
buddy.
the base packs are
Nice job.
one card each. The base packs are the base boxes, the Dr.Zammsy boxes is one card each, but I'll send 5 of those to the next winner.
This is you're making people's day here. So let's.
Hey, isn't that a great feeling though? I mean,
it's awesome.
Half the fun's making the stuff. The other half's obviously a good launch, but I mean, come on, giving stuff away is nothing beats that.
Okay.
Well, we said we were going to do it, so it would have sucked if we came in here and just gave like one thing away. Like it's fun to give more than one thing away, so people are excited.
Especially an ultimate animation box. My gosh.
I love that this name is like right next to the arrow.
Meat popsicle.
Okay, should we go?
All right, this is for the 5 Dr.Zammsy boxes, the base pack. You're gonna get 5 of them.
Boom, 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 boom,
Do
boom,
it.
boom, boom, boom. And
Oh,
it's Nick.
you know the guy, right on.
Yeah. He's the guy that built all the Our Planet tools and everything. He's working and
fantastic.
building tools for the community. So this is awesome.
Oh, really cool.
Yeah.
Dude, get us on our planet, man.
Yeah. Everyone wants.
We're in line. Everybody's in line. It's a long line.
Yeah.
Yeah, we filled out the application, that's for sure.
So awesome. So all right, he's gonna get 5 packs, 5 of the base packs. Let me get that going here. Well, why don't let's do one more 5 packs. We'll do one more 5 packs, and then we'll do the number 1 mint. So let's do one more.
They say we should have Terry win because he works with Our Planet, so it's higher chance of getting listed.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't think it works like that, but yeah.
In theory, right?
Yeah. Okay, should we go?
So yeah, so this is going to be one more round of you get 5 Dr.Zammsy boxes, which also you can get there's top 10 mints that are in there, and the special pink card is in that box only. I forgot to tell you guys that just in the Dr.Zammsy box has the special pink card.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
Boom, 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 boom. And it's Footsie.
Yeah.
At least kind of pronounceable.
Footsie.
Footsie.
Nick is gonna pull 5 special pinks in his packs, he says.
Nice.
Congrats, Nick.
Okay, I just sent over the first set of 5 to
if that happens, the
Y3ZRA.
gods of random is on his side today.
That's right.
Okay, and then I'm gonna send the next 5 over to our winner here.
Footsie.
Well, it's kind of a low mint pack. I'm sending kind of a lower mint pack here. Okay, I'm just putting Anyo show in the memo so people know that's where it came.
Nice.
That's where
So
where did this come from?
Yeah, they wake up going,
Yeah.
oh wow, must have been an error.
They go
I don't know.
to blocks. They go to their blocks.io. They're like, what? Where did this come from?
What
Oh,
happened?
okay, it came from the Anyo show. Okay, that's where it came from.
Nice.
Okay, let me just finish this and then.
And we should do what Terry says. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, or smash the like and hit the subscribe. And also in the video description will be links to Dr.Zammsy, Telegram, Twitter, and website. So go.
Yes, we actually need help with something I neglected to do was really promote our YouTube channel. And so we're just barely under 100, and you need to get to 100 subscribers to customize the name, right?
Yes.
So I'd really appreciate it if everybody, we'll put the link, like Ender said, if everyone could subscribe to our YouTube channel where that really cool video is, then we can, then we can make it.
Hey, I'm just learning on Telegram that one of our fans that looks familiar, Mr. Vikram, just won the Ultimate Animation Box.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yes,
Really
he's
cool.
one of our,
Congrats,
he actually
buddy.
was one of our best, he was right up there with Flip, like one of the first people to solve the puzzles. And I
Wow,
thought
so
these
cool.
puzzles were going to be hard. They figured them out like really fast. Luckily, one of the puzzles took longer, but 2 of them, man, they blew through those quickly.
Yeah, some people are really good at that. Yeah, so
Yeah.
people really need to go and look at this after, and with audio and everything.
And so just so people know, I don't know if we made this clear, but the first person to solve a puzzle gets a 1 of 1 animation card. 1 of 1.
1 of 1.
And so that's why I'm saying the reward cards are going to be the most valuable. There were some questions in our chat with
91.
Why can't we call it mythic? Why can't we call it legendary? And for our project, the reward cards are always going to be
91.
the most, probably the most valuable and rarest cards. But it's just fun. We're having a lot of fun here. I mean, Matt and I were just talking about just sitting there where we go back and forth and we're working on the story, and Matt does an amazing job drawing. But then when I see it, I'll say, hey, let's put Morris Minor there. Like you can see in Matt's background right there. Matt, maybe you can point in a way. Morris Minor's down here.
This was Rolf's idea, putting him in there.
I was like, we got to get Morris Minor in there. And then on the back of the card, it describes sort of what he's doing in there. Why is he there?
Yeah, actually, the production of the Waxandrium Block Crystal Rewards, you had a basic idea, and then I just started sketching, and it just kind of came out of nowhere in like an hour, and we already had a complete idea of how each card was going to be painted. So it's just a fun collaboration.
I'm continuously blown away by how Matt can, in 5 minutes, create something. So when we made those Waxandrium block crystals, this is what I told him. I said, okay, I want it to be a crystal. I want it to be orange. So the first one we did was the orange Waxandrium. And then I told him it should be something like Tanzanite, which is just this crystal that comes from Tanzania. And so we pulled up sort of what Tanzanite looks like. So we kind of had a picture of what that looked like. And then Matt was able to just freehand draw it. I was just like, unbelievable how in 5 minutes he already has most of the crystal there.
When you're painting for 18 years in Photoshop, it just comes naturally, I suppose. But that's with any trade. You do something that long, you're going to be pretty damn good at it. So
yeah.
Okay, should we give away the #1 mint?
Yes.
You ready for that? Okay, this is the thing everyone's been waiting for. The #1 mint is Deidre. Someone's going to be happy with this one.
And we have the master here again, so let's go. And
okay, we got a winner. Winner, chicken dinner.
I don't even know how I should go with this name. Why?
Winner, chicken dinner. So you're going to be getting an all expenses paid trip to this Deidre land.
Mint number one.
Mint #1. So I'll send that over right now while you guys are.
Congratulations! That's a pretty cool win.
Yeah, for sure. That's it's a happy day for the 7 people that got pulled. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Right.
Man, we're just having so much fun,
and it's only Tuesday, or at least where I live.
It's only Tuesday. Oh, hey, just to let everyone know, Anders, this is just so awesome. But we will be on the Nifty show too on Thursday, with our buddies with the Joel and our buddies with Blockchain Heroes on Thursday. That's going to be fun too. So there might be some more giveaways and some more information too there as well. So it's really fun times here.
They're an amazing podcast, but the amount of time that we get on them is so short. It's just so awesome, Anders, to be on here for so long and go into detail about all the stuff that we're working on. So I really appreciate that.
Like the goal for me with this is I want to sit down and discuss whatever people are doing that I find interesting. And I just want to sit down, get to know you, get to know the story, get to know the project, and see what is actually happening. And if that conversation is 20 minutes or if that conversation is 2 hours, I don't care.
You don't have a limit. That's cool.
That is something that I really love about Joe Rogan. His episodes, his podcasts are like some episodes are over 3 hours long, and I still listen to full episodes, and I enjoy every minute because it's all like listening to a conversation is like it could be on any subject. You don't even really need to like it. It's still something that you find, I don't know, relaxing. You want to be part of it. It's fun and it's nice, and like podcast and video enables this. And I don't care, like YouTube likes videos that are shorter than 1 hour. I don't care. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it to optimize the algorithms. Someone told me, hey, you need to do it shorter. Like, I want to sit down and talk with people. We are done when we feel like we are getting out of topics to talk to, or we have to run or whatever.
Yeah.
So that is fun. And like we have been on air for 1 hour and 45 minutes now, and we sat
Wow.
down 10
That was
minutes
so
before.
fast.
If this is, I mean, if this is bonus time, man, I don't know if you can navigate to Matt's site, but just some of his from the Clone Wars, like where he colored this Yoda, and
I'm interested in this.
Oh yeah, World of Warcraft. So I don't know if
What
you
does
know,
TCG mean?
trading card game.
Oh.
it's similar to Magic the Gathering, but it's a World of Warcraft sort of Magic
And
the
I
Gathering.
also illustrate for Magic the Gathering as well. In fact, I just finished a new set for them right after set one. But one
And Matt,
thing that
can I say something really quick? So Matt actually has that Magic the Gathering sends him blank cards with his animation. And one of the things he did, I don't know if I want to
illustration.
So it's got his illustration on there, and then it's blank on the other side. It doesn't have like the Magic the Gathering logo. And I don't know if I want to create more work for you, Matt, but Matt was doing this thing where he'll draw a little picture for you on the Magic the Gathering card.
You know, I got a decent fan base from just doing Magic the Gathering cards. They I was doing World of Warcraft trading cards for about 10 years, and then that work just kind of slowed down. I don't know. They changed their model to more of a digital format, and they were using a lot of their older cards for that.
Oh, stop there, Anders, right here. Can you tell them about this picture here with Yoda?
Oh, yeah, that's for the Clone Wars. So I did a lot of color keys and concept art for them, but they would send me. So the way they would structure their episodes was through animatics. It's basically a crude 3-dimensional storyboard of the entire episode, and then they would take like 30 different stills of the animatic, and then I would paint on top of that and try and get the shot perfect so that they could send that overseas to be lit and animated just the way that I envisioned that shot. And so that was one of my favorites because I just love Yoda so much. And whenever he's holding a lightsaber, I mean, come on, that's cool.
And then we got these other really cool. This is Mandalore, right? Wait, is that Mandalore?
That's Coruscant.
Oh, that's Coruscant. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I was told by Matt was he was one of the first people to actually do a concept of what Mandalore would look like, the Mandalorian's city.
I did a lot of planet maps. So anytime in the show you saw a ship flying to a planet, more than likely I painted that. And what's really funny and what's kind of rewarding is that just after Clone Wars started launching, the Lego toys were using the planet mats as part of their packaging material. So I'd be like in Target or, some, toy store or something, and I'd see my art on the box, and that was just so surreal for that to happen. But that was a total accident. That wasn't planned. But real quick, I wanted to take you to my shop because some of the fans who are collecting our material for the rarities and the lower mints, I actually have products. So if you go to the books area and you go to the art of Matt Gazer collector's edition. No, the other one. Sorry, go back. Yeah, right there.
This one. Yeah.
So this book, I made the art of Matt Gazer. It's like a 120-page book filled with different story concepts inside of it. Dr.Zammsy's in there as well. There's a whole chapter just devoted to Dr.Zammsy. That was the very first time it was actually launched into the real world. But I made a slipcase special edition version. I only made 200 of these, and they come with an envelope, and inside is a blind 2 prints that are not in the book, and it comes with a seal of approval. And if you open up the book, it's signed and numbered. So I only made 200 of them. So it's a pretty good deal because once those are gone, they're gone forever, and I'm never going to reprint them. And the toy too. If you go to the shop area and you go back to toys, I have a puzzle, but the Professor Harkin toy, I only made 150 of these. And as I'm showing you here, they're signed and numbered at the bottom as well. So one fan on Telegram asked me to look for number 88. So I went one night, I was watching a movie, I stopped and I went into my garage and I was opening up all these boxes trying to find number 88 just for him. But yeah, that's a good purchase too, because again, once these toys go away, I'm never making this toy ever again. So if you're into collecting physical items from an artist, this is one way to do it.
You should mint NFTs and give them a QR code to claim it on
I've
Wax.
been
Yes.
suggested that, and
So-
yes, exactly.
So we're working on a whole system for set 3 where you can actually hopefully purchase these packs with a credit card from our website. So we want to make it as easy as possible to remove barriers, kind of like Nifty Gateway has done with their site, where they just make it so easy for people to get into their site. And so we're just going to have a whole thing to walk people through to get their Wax wallet, and then to actually purchase with a credit card. That's a big priority for us, and we have some computer engineers, developers that are working on that right now for us.
Yeah. I also released a sketchbook. That's a new book that I just released in the past year. It's right there as well. And this is just drawings, no paintings. And it's just how I kind of start my process whenever I'm creating. And it's a great way to just, kind of race through ideas and see what sticks. And if it does, then you can create a layout like you see there and turn that into a painting. So yeah, if you kind of want to see how my brain works, the sketchbook is a really great way to visualize that.
It's nice. And you ship them all from yourself, it sounds like.
I ship them all. I'm not inundated with crazy orders. I mean, I don't know. I'd say like 2 or 3 every other week or something like that. But if it got to where it was like 1,000 orders in a week, yeah, I'd have a problem. Have to change my process a little bit. But
yeah, Matt is literally hand packages.
That you do on order, I guess.
Well, another part we didn't talk about is my Comic-Con circuit. So for about 8 years now, I've been traveling to different Comic-Cons throughout the West Coast in America. As far as north as Seattle, from where I am in San Francisco, and as far south as LA. And so I have a huge amount of prints that I travel with. And so whenever someone orders a print, it's just as easy as taking it out of the bin, putting it in a sleeve and shipping it. And I actually enjoy the process of packaging. And Rolf, I shipped him a bunch of my stuff when we were first starting the project because he really wanted to engulf himself in my world. And
yeah,
you're
I was just a fan before.
My packaging is unreal because I for so many times when I was starting out, I wouldn't package it right. It would come damaged, and then I have to resend it, right? So yeah. So I found the art of packaging is kind of an art in itself, and I enjoy it.
Anders, you've heard of Fort Knox. Have you heard of Fort Knox? The package, it took me, I had to get some tools actually to open it up. It was like just totally reinforced.
Need a razor blade. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's
Sharp tools are required.
This is funny because seriously, I was just a fan of Matt before. And I literally just bought all his items before we ever even started Dr.Zammsy or anything. I was like, okay, if we're going to do this, I just want to look at all his art and see everything. And that was before any of this. I bought a bunch of prints too, because he sells prints. Yeah, I paid for them all because it was almost like I was just a fan at that time. And then
how big are they?
They're 19 by 11.
That's the fake metrics.
Are you talking about the prints?
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
That's the fake.
The prints come in three. The prints come in 3 sizes: 8.5 by 11 inches, 11 by 17.
We need metric.
Yeah.
Oh,
11.
yeah.
We need to run it through a metric thing real quick. We have the archaic.
11 inches is like 28 centimeters.
One's about this big, one's about this big, and then one's about this big.
Nice. That's what she said. So that's
yeah, that's what she said. Exactly. That's what she said.
That's hilarious.
They're pretty large. I mean, they look nice on the wall and stuff. And
yeah, and actually, if I turn off my my background.
I mean, if we're in total bonus mode, I didn't really talk about this at all either, but my background is in film production. So I worked for about 10 years. I worked on film sets. Sorry, Matt, go ahead. Sorry, show your original Dr. Zammsy.
This is a acrylic painting. It was the first time I ever painted Dr. Zammsy in college. And this is like an actual real painting of Dr. Zammsy. Everything I do now is digital, but I still keep it in my room as like a little piece of inspiration. But originally, instead of Morris Minor, he was gonna his sidekick was gonna be this Apple character. So imagine an Apple guy with legs and stuff. So it's really evolved since then. But Rolf keeps teasing me that's gonna be in the Metropolitan art of history or something, but I doubt that.
That's a one of one, right? One of one.
Yeah.
That's a one of one. Nothing. Yeah, nothing's ever been.
That's in the art
replicated.
gallery in 10 years. All other will be like digital paintings on the wall.
Exactly.
So Anders, I don't know, did you ever watch the show Lost? Did you ever hear about that show, TV show Lost? So what, I'm stuck on an island right here. I don't know if you can see
we
this.
can't see it. Your green screen is eating it up.
Okay, I'll turn off my green screen for a second here.
Oh no, if you have it close to your body.
Here we go.
Yeah.
This is what I have in the morning here. This is my morning beverage.
Dharma Initiative beer. I was so jealous when I knew you had that. Gosh darn it.
So I actually got started. I've always been a big fan of TV and film and, you know, Star Wars and stuff. And I was assistant director of campus cinema at my university. So we would show actual prints on a 35 millimeter projector to students and sell tickets. And I got to actually learn how the old ways were with the blip. I don't know if you remember the little blip at the top where that tells the camera operator to switch to another.
Yeah, exactly. To the next
one. So I did that. And then my very first film production was Lost. So I worked on all 6 seasons of the TV show Lost. And it was just so luck. I ended up being an extra. Like I was one of the survivors of the plane crash. So there's the main characters. And then for whatever reason, they wanted more people survive the plane crash. And so you might see me carrying a sack of beans or tending the fire just behind Jack and Sawyer and all them talking about the epic journey.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah. I was just going to say, during that period, my wife and I knew Rolf really well. And we first met kind of when visiting his roommate, my best friend at the time, in Hawaii. And while he was on Lost, we were always looking for him in each episode. We would pause.
There's my finger.
Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty fun.
So, but just some other highlights of film production, which it's fun when you're young, single, and dumb, young, and single film production, because it's quite a grind. Like our average day is 12 to 16 hours, and I just don't even know how you can have a family doing film production. But when I was single and dumb, it was super fun. And a couple other ones I worked on was Pirates of the Caribbean. So I got to grow my beard out and be a pirate on Pirates of the Caribbean. That was super cool. And then
don't you have
there was a lot.
That?
I got some pictures of that. Let me try to pull them up. But
I don't know if it takes too much time, but
because you can share it in your Telegram, so people have to join and find out.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, perfect. Post on.
Yeah,
Telegram.
if you join our Telegram, I'll post a couple pictures of me as
a
pirate, and then
I'll post my my time on Lost World Jurassic Park as Pete Postowitz.
Yeah. So we have a Jurassic Park connection here. So Matt was a body double on the Lost World Part 2, the Jurassic Park Part 2. Then I was actually Blue in Jurassic World. So the very first Jurassic World, the kind of main Velociraptor that Chris Pratt loves or whatever is the blue guy. And so it takes many different people to create a computer graphic, but I was just one of the human parts of Blue, where we were in the jungle, and I had this. I'll post a picture in the Telegram as well. We had to wear like a dinosaur helmet, and just so everyone knows, the pictures I have, we weren't allowed to take pictures on set at all. It was forbidden, but I was able to screen capture from the DVD, the making of. You can screen capture some stuff from that, and that's where I was able to get a couple pictures of, because they did a sort of interview where they show how Blue was made into a dinosaur. But yeah, it was really good times.
You know, that is sure a great segue in a bar, going up to a woman. Hey, can I buy you a drink? I'm Blue from Lost World.
I'm a dinosaur.
I'm a dinosaur.
It's kind of hard. It's I don't know how to approach it that way. I'm a dirty pirate. I'm a happy dinosaur.
There you go. Yeah.
I was lost on an island, and then I became a pirate.
Yes. Lost.
And then now I'm a dinosaur.
Yes. It's a super cool story. Yeah.
Super fun and super good people just on all those shows, making it happen. And in Hawaii too. So Hawaii, the whole film crews, all the production people, the grips, the electricians, the makeup people, every day we take an hour to get us into pirate gear. Or in Lost, it was get dirtied up and get your costume on, and all the costumers and the makeup people and the hair people would make our hair all nasty and add in like wig parts and beard parts. And
I have a question. I have a question for Blue. Did a paleontologist come in and teach you to how to move, kind of like a raptor would?
We had a real brief class with the guy from Industrial Light and Magic. He sort of, he gave us some
Rick Carter?
suggestions. I can't recall the name of the guy,
sorry.
but it was we were more of stand-in. So, but we had the full dinosaur mask on, and we had to move around for Chris Pratt's eye line and things like that. So he kind of just described it as bird-like, and we sort of practiced some bird movements and running through the jungle. And then John Helm said it's different now, but at that time they would put up this silver ball and then like a very high detailed head of the dinosaur to just get all the lighting proper for when they put in the CGI. But
nice.
John was saying that technology improves and they do things a little differently, but it's good times, man.
I remember in Lost World Jurassic Park when I was doubling, they had these little tiny domes that they set in the field in the roundup scene when the Jeeps are all chasing the dinosaurs down so they can round them up and grab them, put them in cages. And they had these little tiny white cones all over the field. And I remember sitting in the Jeep, and this Indian guy, really tall Indian guy, he was in the movie Car Wash or something. And all these stunt guys have this huge history of being in movies. So you sit next to this guy and you just start talking to him, and it's like, oh my God, you were in Car Wash? Like, holy cow. And then, we're racing down the field at like 80 miles an hour. And I was 18. I lived in small, humble town up in the Redwoods, and here we are on this movie set. But the one experience that was so cool was that I was a lighting stand-in for the actor as well. And I was sitting in the Jeep, and Steven Spielberg had his camera and he was testing the shot, and he was like right here. And I could hear him breathing. And I thought, and he's like, turn your head to the right, and he's like, all right, good shot, moving on. And I just pinched myself. I think that experience like ultimately gave me the confidence to pursue entertainment, because I was just from such a small town. I knew I wanted to be an artist, but to get that opportunity just really shaped my career. Anyway.
Awesome. So from having Spielberg breathing on you to creating Dr.Zammsy, that is this interview if you watch it backwards. So that's good.
There you go. Yeah.
And I posted in our Telegram. I put a couple pictures. One with the pirate as a pirate, and I'm just trying to find the dinosaur one right now. There's a couple dinosaur ones from the. I didn't take any pictures. Just telling you. I followed the rules. I just was able to get from the making of the DVD. You could do a screen capture.
Oh, look at you, man! That is so cool.
So this is the pirate guy.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find Let me get the dinosaur one so you can show it. I got a few of them here. Got one there. There's us in our full. I just posted the one of the. I got one more dinosaur one. Let's see here. And see us we had to wear these helmets, and we wear these. They called us the Raptor dancers because we had to wear these tight little outfits, these little gray suits that they CGI later. I posted one more one more dinosaur picture in there. You can see sort of on set. And
so this is how a dinosaur actually looks like.
This is the human. Yeah. This is the human part of the dinosaur. So they what they told us was that they built the CGI based off the base of our skull of that helmet. Yeah. They had some sort of process where when they see that on camera, they can build the whole CGI based off the base of the skull of that raptor head.
That's awesome.
And if you watch the making of, they kind of explain all this stuff I'm telling on the original Jurassic World, the first one in that Chris Pratt series. So yeah, good times, man. And then Hawaii 5-0 was another one that was kind of hard to watch on TV, but fun to work on.
Oh, sure.
Why was it hard to watch?
It's just, I think that the storyline it wasn't like a Dr.Zammsy storyline or a Indiana Jones or Star Wars. It was more, for people who just want to see pretty pictures of Hawaii, which are awesome as well.
Yeah, but you live it.
It's good times. But it was a great show. It was a great source of income for my family too. So I really appreciate all the our local production crew is a really small, tight group. So everyone knows each other, and it's the island small too. So you kind of know you don't piss anybody off because you're going to see them at the grocery store or sitting behind you in the movie theater. You know, you see everybody, and so you try to be friends with everyone on island.
That's nice. And to wrap this up now, after 2 hours, what is happening with the sale? When is it? Where can people go to find it? And any last things about the Dr.Zammsy sale on this weekend?
Yes. So the best place to find this series is to go to drzamsy.com, where you see the countdown clock. It's this Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, which is probably around, I'm going to say 10 p.m. your time, Anders.
Yes.
Yeah. So it'll be 10 p.m. Sweden, Germany time.
10 p.m. World Swedish time.
Yeah, Swedish. And I believe that's the same as Jonah in Munich. So you can go to drzamsy.com, or if you go to the, we got banners. We're going to have banners on the NFT Hive.
Everywhere.
You'll see a banner on NFT Hive, and then on the main wax.atomichub.io, you'll see a banner too. This banner be there telling you that you can earn rewards and exclusively on Wax over here. It's hard because it's like opposite of what it actually is. So set 2 coming this Saturday. Yeah.
I want to thank all the fans for giving us such a great first launch and affording us the opportunity to work on this set 2. It's been a total dream for Rolf and I, and so thank you from the bottom of our heart. Thank you.
Yeah, that's and as an outro, I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna spawn out to the intro and mute us. So thanks everyone for watching and having a great time, and we see everyone very soon.
My Bitcoin bowl is all I have.